Hello class, this is Ujjwal Subedi and I am presenting the findings on one of the papers that is assigned to me for the data mining class. The title of the paper is A Finite Mixture Logic Model to Segment and Predict Electronic Payment System Adoption. So the paper basically tries to understand what is the chances of electronic payment system adoption by the companies when they purchase a particular product or equipment from a larger company. Who in this study the data is basically used for Fortune 500 or 100 to be exact companies. So I'm moving on to the next slide. So introduction. The study predicts the likelihood the electronic payment system is adopted. The large or the small firms buy the equipment and make the payment in installment to the Fortune companies or the suppliers. The study tried to predict the companies that have the chance of adopting EPS. That way the Fortune 100 companies can pursue those customers. So the overall goal of this study is to come up with a method or a methodology that is well suited in projecting the EPS system's adoption. So that way the larger companies can pursue the clients who have a higher likely chance of adopting electronic payment system. So that way they can get the more bang for their buck. So they can focus more and then have them participate on the electronic payment system, so that way there will be less paper pushing and less check transactions, which makes the payment come through quickly and also with less human interventions. And I'm moving to the third slide here. A methodology. A finite mixture model is developed and compared to the traditional approaches like standard logic classification model, complementary log-log models, and many others. So the study, what the study is trying to do is that they come up with a model and they do the comparison with the existing standard methodology and try to see like how better the developed method is by the researchers. And their findings state that the researchers have the method has a 17% higher predictive accuracy using this mixed model. And I'm moving to a third slide here, fourth slide, third. What is the source of the data of this study? Because without a data, you cannot analyze and test your hypothesis or even come up with a different model, right? So we really have to understand what kind of data they are using for the study. Because the Fortune 500 companies provide the information on the individual firm that purchased prior to 2005. So the data is from 2005 and the payment is done on a monthly basis from the equipment that purchased or leased. And the firms use the ACH and the conventional checks. The sample size is of roughly 5,000 forms, 4,922 forms, and then they have 15,176 accounts. Why there are so many accounts is because one single company can purchase multiple equipment and they are making a payment on these multiple equipments. That's why you see the multiple accounts there. And the researchers actually have classified the data into two levels. The first level is just a basic characteristic of the company. Their location, their address, their size, their employee number, their stock values, and other demographic type information for those companies. And they also tie that into a database called Dun and Bradstreet database, and which happens to be a financial database. In my understanding is that it is like a credit score for those companies. So the payment performance based on the last year performance for these companies. So it is kind of like, what is the likelihood that they paid and how many payments they defaulted, those like our credit score type of data. So they are trying to tie that information back to the Dun and Bradstreet database as well. And I'm moving into a third slide, and this happens to be a table that I copied and pasted here. This actually tells the overall the sample of the data. So looking at the industry type here, going vertically downwards, the industry type, and then also the number of employees, the location, the South, West, Midwest, credit risk, average number of employees, and these are the total companies that are sampled out here for the study. And right away, I'm jumping into results and the discussion here right now. So the writers have actually done is looking at the correlation between the adoption rate based on the form size, the credit risk, the reason, the industry type. And as we know, these values are very close to the 1, then there is a good chances, and if it is not, then there is less chances, right? Sorry, I have another slide to summarize the finding there. Standard logic model, that's one of the logic model that was using it. The form size and the payment amount has a negative effect on the EPS adoption. So which we can go back to the form size, and it has a negative effect. A Northeast firm has a higher chances of adopting the electronic payment system, and which we can look up here and see the companies on the Northeast have higher chances because it's much closer to the 1, the 0.53. And look at the South, it's negative. And the public industries have the least compared to manufacturing and finances. Public sector have a very least, which we also see here as well. Looking at the agriculture and financing, and public is like negative 2.63. And the traditional approach is to add the dummy records into a 2-level study. So let me give a little bit of background is on this approach is that they just did a simple study, right? But what they want to do is they want to look at the data as a hierarchical data. So they want to break the data into different hierarchies, so that way they can apply the 2-stage model to address this issue. Limitation of margin is not considering the form level effect, even though the data has a 2 level. So they are trying to take advantage of that, the size or any other parameter, which I guess you could use to bring the data into 2 different states. This a finite mixture of the model. The EPS as a dependent variable they have used. The number of segments chosen for the model is 3 to accommodate the class differences. So they have classified into 3, and these 3 classified forms is a large size form and the large size payment, and the second classification is the smaller form size and smaller payment amount, and the third one is a small form yet with a higher TEDx. That is the index that the credit score is really high. The final listed 3-stage solution is to be able to partition the multidimensional data, so that it takes the advantage of the data that is already partitioned in sense. And in their study, it was through the form size. Why didn't use other dimension as the multi-dimensional data? They could have segmented the data based on a reason instead of the form size. Why? Is because they thought that they have done another type of analysis to come up with this factor being the most influential in determining the data into multi-dimension, or breaking that based on that factor, which is the form size. And what is the result here? The prediction accuracy of the finite mixture model was 89, 90, and 73%. And these 3 different percentages for these 3 different categories. The overall accuracy, combined accuracy was 89%. And I'm moving into this another slide, and that actually has the number, the results that they have demonstrated. So here is the Midwest, here is the Northeast, and here is the South, and here is the different industries, and there is the retail sector, and there is the pay index finding. So even based on the data broken down, for example, we can take a look at the Northeast, right? So even in the Northeast, larger firms have a less tendency, but the smaller firms have a high tendency of adopting the electronic payment system. So this can be used breaking up, and then now we are looking at the numbers in more at the micro level. So when you try to solicitate, when you try to encourage the companies or target the companies to adopt the electronic payment system, you can use the form size and then the result to target very specific companies. So we are not shooting in the dark, but we are actually very focused on who is going to be able to adopt the EPS system. So, and what is the implication and conclusion? So the finite mixer model can simultaneously classify the form into homogeneous segments and test the effect, which we just talked in a great length. This approach also addresses the hierarchical data. That data has that information, which it takes advantage of the hierarchical data. The validity of the method is tested against the various other methods. So the validity is also tested against the various methods to prove that this method is the best method, which also supports their testing. A mixture model has the superiority over the other methods due to the ability of the methods to fit the data better, and explicit segmentation is important, and a finite mixture model leads to a better segment and multiple holdout samples to fit it better. So that is the advantage of this method. And I'm moving on to the last slide of my presentation. Any questions? And Professor, I couldn't be in the class, so I am presenting here by myself. So some of the questions that I could think of that the students might ask, or in my own analysis, is that what is the limitation actually of this method? The big limitation of this method I see is that they do talk about their findings based on this data, and then their use of hierarchical nature in the data is because of the form size, right? But they don't really give the clear guideline, or there is no sense that I could see using that approach in other segments of the industry, like finance or in the healthcare. That what would be the clearly the hierarchical data that, like the form size, that you could use on your data segment. And that one I see as a little bit of the limitation of this study. And then the second fact is also, I see that as the smaller the size of the data as well. I mean, how many companies are out there buying the form size? Not that many, but if we look up in the second slide, the third slide, the overall size of the form is 4,900, and total accounts is 15,000. In my sense, I think the data is large enough, but not big enough, really. That's one of the limitations that I actually thought in my idea was that too. And then one of the limitations that is in the study is also that the limitation associated with a finite mixture model, such as assumptions to the specific distribution for the segment speed and the coverage of the algorithm, optimally of the solution. So you are already coming up with an assumption and then using that assumption. What if that assumption was wrong? That was also one of my concern for this study. So thank you for a wonderful class, and thank you for giving me an opportunity even to present the late, which I completely missed out. So thank you very much, and